Hello Paul, this is Kirill from Other Side Worlds making Milestone 5 review. So this milestone's goal was to extend content, and I think we managed to do so. In a few minutes I will explain how, and first I will just fly by and show everything we made. So I suppose this is the atmosphere of darkness you wanted. Here is the new glass shader. You can vertex paint with scratches, dirt, and there are also small scratches. This distortion is adjustable. Let me do this. Here how it looks now, and here how it will look if I reduce distortion. So through the glass you even can see the volumetric light, which is great, and if you raise this distortion you can actually achieve the effect of those shower glasses or some other specific glasses. Add some interest. I apologize. Okay, let's go further. Here is the light. We managed to bake it finally, and we are using the light cookies so that you can see here nice shadows, and the doors also draw some attention and show where a player can go. This is some kind of a dining room, quite empty walls at the moment, but here we have these shelves. Everything is openable, as well as here. We would need some small prefabs to place here, like rest of food, cans, dishes, and so on. Here is the bar, so people should sit here on these bar chairs and drink beer, but since this is a nightmare and everything corrupted, you can see it's empty and weathered metal everywhere. Some TV screens. Also you can make scratches here with vertex paint, and if you put this thing lower, it can be used by bartender to actually put stuff here, but at the moment I have very high ceilings. Some other tables, they have this mess, so that maybe people were running from here, but of course you need some rubbish around. I think this would be the purpose of the next milestone, right? The door with volumetric light, and here we came to the actual industrial facility. This is a rotatable light. You can see these volumetric beams going anywhere, and the gameplay could actually involve hiding player in the shadow while this rotates, because some monsters can see him. Turbines. This one is not rotatable. This thing can be rotated. Another lamp. Some stuff. This is all made by prefabs. You don't need to construct it in your 3D editor. And propellers. So this is the ventilation. It rotates and has nice effect of volumetric light and shadow. I will explain later how to use this volumetric light. The bath for electrolysis, or I don't know how to spell it in English, and the projectors also use the volumetric light. Very nice. The script that rotates them from left to right is actually causing the error, so don't mind this error. You can simply throw away the script and make your own and good script. And these projectors also could involve the gameplay of running in shadows. Let's move on. Here we have some boiler or furnace, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I guess this is what you called the steampunk death metal sci-fi. So it has some elements from all those settings. It is corrupted, abandoned, somewhat steampunkish, and somewhat sci-fi-ish. I guess this is the feeling you wanted, and some popcorn particles. Very efficient, you should use them a lot. So on the walls you can have such ventilations. There are several of them. I will go and show other. Some stuff you can put on the floor instead of floor sections. All sections are made 2 by 2 meters, so it will be easy. Also, when we have the pipes, you can put the pipes in here. Another ventilations, some prefabs, another ventilations, this time square, some other stuff. It actually is designed to be put there to the wall. I haven't done here the backside, but if you need it, you can just fill it. With the shader you don't need to texture it. Let's move on. Here we have, by the way, if you don't need these lights at any point of time, you can simply vertex paint with alpha, and this will go off. And you should also switch off this light. Somewhere here there is a light that shines, but I cannot see it in play mode. Manhole, it can be opened, so if at any point of time you will want to make the sewage, I don't know what is the name for those tunnels, it can be done. Some terminal also can be made shattered. The upper platform, let's go there. Engine, some monitor, you can put the holograms here to simulate the control of it. The stairs have this nice light that you also can vertex paint to reduce. It looks great from all the sides. Another projector, this time it has this pole, and I haven't put the rotation here, but you can put the rotation anywhere. Now finally let's go here, see some energy. I don't know what is it, and nobody cares, it's just something beautiful. You can put any FX here. This one is from Popcorn, it's quite efficient, and I will go to FPS in a minute. Yeah, here you have also this some kind of thing that charges it. You can use it from the bottom or from the top or from both sides, but I need to make even higher room to put both. Another columns also designed to be put into the wall, but if at any point you want to put them standalone, you can just fill that backside face and have the face there without texturing. Yeah, I've missed this crack. It's easily can be filled. Last but not least, we've made this shader for creatures. So this is one of the creatures. We have 3 more on the way, but ran out of time since it wasn't in the milestone. We've put it on hold. You can see that meat actually breathes here. It doesn't simulate the motion, it is the vertex motion. This has bones, so I can move it. Let me do this. Go here and yeah, here is the probably I cannot make it because of at runtime because of this because of these joints. Let me do this not in a runtime. I will need the light nearby. Again, here it is. Yes, so you need to switch off these character controls and make proper animation. But you can see that bones are assigned. At any point of time you can just make these animations, and you can even make it fall from the ceilings and walk there. We just need to add some polygons there, and this is designed to be attached to some surface like ceilings with vertex paint, of course. Another update we have, the vertex paint now, as you can see, covers with meat of much higher quality. It actually moves simulating this breath. So the performance load increased, but we've optimized it a little bit in other place, so the shader now is more or less the same, and you can make these muzzles. They also will move. I will add red so that I will make even more red and less green. So as usually you can vertex paint it, but you will need those vertices. Yeah, something like this. You can vertex paint on this creature as well. So it is designed to be actually this one is designed to be alone, like autonomous, but yeah, I will not go into that, but actually you can vertex paint these vertices here so that they merge with this meat. The shader in the previous milestone, to which I'm referring as to laboratory, also supports all this. In fact, let's go to laboratory in a minute and I will demonstrate some innovations there. But for last thing I wanted to say about this is that the uniqueness of this shader is that it only consumes 5 sets of materials. This one I've made for the alarm, which I actually omitted for some reason. Let me find it. Flash metal, facility props. Here are the props. They are actually quite big, so maybe they shouldn't be called just props, but whatever. Lights, lamp, alarm. Yeah, so this uses the copy of 5th set material. Now I'm switching off the directional light, go into that room, and here is the alarm. So all these shadows are made with cookies. If you want, you can make cookie at any time by yourself. This is just the black and white PNG file like this, and you only need to put alpha source from grayscale and wrap mode clamp instead of repeat. Apply it and you will have these nice shadows, and it also works with volumetric light as I demonstrated on the projector. For example, this one uses this projector cookie, and hence it requires only one source of light. By the way, this source of light should have highlighted this projector from the back face. You could put the light here, but then you will have very large angle, so I've put it here and put the Culling mask light A, so that it doesn't actually catch this projector. It will now not notice another projector, because this another projector also has the layer A. For that reason, I've made the letter A. If you want to light from one projector to another one, you actually add here the layer B. Let me do this, and we will switch it to level light B, yes, to children as well, and this light now it now shines on this projector, and the shadow is wrong, so I will put the culling mask here to exclude light B, and now you will have the ability to shine with one projector to another one. This refers to all the lights that use such system. Like this one also has its light extracted from the very mesh. This one doesn't, because it doesn't have this back face, you don't need it. But for example, here we have this back face as well, so the light wouldn't shine through it without this culling mask. yeah, like this. And the reason we've added here the back faces is that you would actually be able to, let me switch on the light, to attach it here so that it shines to the bottom, but when you are on top you don't see it as transparent, you can still see this lamp okay. Like this. Right? Okay, back to shader. For instance, let's go to this I cannot make it in a runtime. Let's go here, switch on this my general light so that you see actually anything, and here is the set of objects, the walls, the borders, some other objects, column, pump, turbines, all are on one set. On all this set, single material, and it actually has also those paints to choose the color from, and dirt removal on most of those layers of color, each metal, dirt color, well, huge ability to put here another turbine and it will look quite different, especially if you just copy paste the material like this, apply it here and change some color to whatever you want. Okay, but I will remove this so that you don't have a mess. It also can be covered with meat. It has this same meat textures, and all this set uses just one 2K texture plus this detail map, but the detail maps are common for all these 5 settings. So all this stuff is covered with just 5 materials with that are different with simply one texture of resolution 2K. I think this is a masterpiece shader actually. But if you want something else, you should just ask and we can make the changes. Of course, this comes with the with its cost, so it somewhat increases the performance load, but to avoid that, I would anyway suggest you to put normal shader without meat to the places where you don't want to paint with meat, because meat is what uses the performance. Okay, finally let me go to the first scene we made. I think it's there. I will clean up these scenes. Let it load. So this shader is old. so it requires for each panel the individual normal. This allows to bake from high poly to low poly, which makes it more beautiful, but the memory load is much higher. This is why we've invented that shader. That shader allows us to make the geometry just with polygons without baking from high poly, which is why we made much more models, and they share much less materials, use much less materials. Here you still have this meat, but it also is renewed, it also moves, right? Everything else stays more or less the same, but I wanted to mention that we've added these sparks that go by sessions, like here, and also the light is emitting more. So here is the source of light, and as it works, this intensity jumps from there to there. One word about volumetric light. This one should be added just like this. You add HX volumetric light. You can read the documentation here. I will make the link available for you, but it's quite easily adjusted. So for instance, here I am using the extra density. If you have 0, it takes the density from main camera, which also has to have this component HX volumetric camera. It can use noise, it can use fog haze, all this stuff. In fact, let's increase the contrast, let's increase the density, so that you can see that some air moves through. And there are resolution settings. For FPS you will need like 16 to 32 with a resolution of half. This sample count will provide quite okay performance and nice picture. Okay, this is it. I hope you like the amount of content that uses just 5 materials with 5 2K textures and everything else the same, and the mood that you can achieve is highly customizable. For instance, you can make this, I don't know, blue, and you will need to change emission, but this is another light, another mood now. To make it noticeable, you need more light on scene, right? And more materials, but copy of material doesn't consume much more resources. It's just another draw call, not not new textures. So you can easily achieve new moods. Control D, blue. Actually, I need to put it on all this separate stuff because door leaves are separate. By the way, door leaves will now have this dirt texture standing on the place. So it doesn't move with the door leaf. We will fix it in next milestone. This will require some separate shader for dynamic obstacles. Let's go here, emission, like this, and maximize. And here is the new mood for the lights and the whole room. I apologize for long review, my slow speech. It was just a short night. But I guess this is the best milestone we had. Lots of content, very technological, and just requires some more materials to make the FPS higher, or you can always play with these post effects which consume a lot. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know, feel free, and see you in the next milestone, I hope. Yep, bye.